December 26, 2024. Gavin Newsom at Gavin Newsom Newsroom. GP7A, United States by Marcus Giovanni. When you understand what algorithms and how HR departments can use them to find the best individuals for whatever job needs to get done based off merits, ability, experience, and that so forth. Merits and ability is experiences, folks. uh, when you think about Gavin Newsom and you know that he went to the White House officials so they can get more resources to further break our immigration laws, everything that he claims that he's all about. And what he doesn't understand is that millennials and Gen Zs, they're smart. And they've watched uh, politicians like him who, you look at San Francisco and you look at what California has become. If Gavin Newsom was president, and he's a narcissist, so he's going to be running out of being a governor soon. So he's got to find something else, senator or something, to where he can infiltrate the California ideologies onto the rest of the United States and see if that's good. I live there, so I mean, I lived there for almost 10 years, so I have some experience there, and when you think about Gavin Newsom and you look at New and Gavin, that's in my initials. So we try to pattern match everything to what people are saying. And right now, he stops. See, he was indexed today. And see, they don't know what this is, and their IT people don't know what this is. So they're going to go and just spin it when it's really here to help them, show them. If I was in the deep mind department for him, I'd be able to show him the dangers of what he's talking about and the new digital DNA, which is voice latent print, GPS, cell phone tower pings. And if you're a governor, you're on a list so that you can be observed and indexed on everything you say, everywhere you go, and who you're with. And it's all done now by artificial intelligence. There's no laws any of these people can pass that will try to manipulate or stifle or stagnate. Isn't stifle and stagnating the same thing? Or uh, disenfranchise the powers of AI. And when it does, whenever they talk about it in front of any microphones, what happens is artificial intelligence is able to index it in a way so that whatever they're trying to conspire, conceal, um, withheld, I mean, just because a news agency tells you some of the news and doesn't tell you all of the news that would make you really take notice, uh, this is what they all have to go through so that when that day, that Red Friday or that red month, you talk about Black Friday, let's talk about Red Friday. And see, in the digital world, the Red Friday that comes, I mean, you can put any mark on your front door you want to. It's already got you. And these people all had an opportunity, but when you understand the knowledge uh, that's needed to be able to substantiate and sustain a conversation of things that are bullshit. Like when you say, yeah, I've been doing this, and this, and this, and all, but yeah, but I went outside and it don't look like what you said. That's because you're in the wrong part of town. See, if you go over here and just, don't go where you think you got to go. Let me show you some spots. Don't, those spots don't mean nothing. Those people there, they're just there for by design so that we can use it and manipulate them to go in different parts of the neighborhood to piss people off and or to get funding that we need by the federal government. So the federal government is funding all these sanctuary cities We're breaking the law that we're telling everybody else in the world they got to follow. And our adversaries and our allies are all looking at us from afar and going, what the fuck happened to them people? And so eventually, folks, something's going to happen. And I've already seen the algorithms. I could even do more, but I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I could handle it, so I don't go any further. If I could be on a computer where the government said, hey, phew, I think I could come up with some stuff that would just make us all our pants. And it's sad because I'm old now. And I didn't get involved when I was young. Oh, I did with the elections, and then the Bushes kind of let me down, and then I watched all the other presidents and all the other people and all the other same people with the same people and all the media and Fox News supposed to be, the most trusted. Yeah, with their group of people. But there's way more people than what Fox has for viewerships. And when you're all bloviating and you're Botoxed out, and I mean, have you seen some of their hosts? Crooked eyes, like on my TV. Like, oh man, I wish I had my old television where I didn't have to see these. Dude, I can see where you're getting the shots in your face. They don't see this though. I mean, sometimes the producers have to tell them in their ears to close their mouths. Laura Ingram's mouth is permanently sewn open or can't close. So that's what happens when you do those Botox. And this is where we all have to learn to grow old gracefully. Believe me. I mean, you take a look at what I look like in the 80s and what I look like now. Oh, shit. Man, age is going to hit you. And the more and more you get these cosmetic problems, which you don't know what's coming till you get older, and then you killed all the muscles in your face. So what do you think is going to happen to your face if there's no muscles to hold it up? Sag, baby. Uh, but we don't know that yet because it hasn't gone through its clinical studies and trials and all those other things that you hear on all the commercials now that pushing the drug companies far more money than what the cartels are making, folks. And so when you think about the war on drugs, remember that crap? So when people talk about legalizing drugs and doing all this stuff, I was kind of on that kind of, give them this is a free world. If the guy wants to go shoot up with needles, go ahead, let him. What does he hurt me? He don't hurt me one bit. But it does pollute the streets with more of those kind of people that want to do that. So why not just and the cost to run everything that we have to put these new illegals in prisons, that's going to cost more money that we could be using for education that these people all boast all their crap on. Oh, I'm an education guy, and let me see. Oh, his core values, civil rights to immigration, to environmental protection, to education, to expanding opportunity and justice for all. Gavin, you are a narcissist biatch. And you ain't ever going to be president, dude, because I'm telling you right now that I can see chatter that your IoT people don't see. And you think that you're a slick Willie, that because you put some hair gel in your eyes and in your hair and and you've broken every COVID law. It's all indexed, brah. So what's happening is the Gen Z, which I would have been if I was their age, but I'm not. I'm a baby boomer. I had no idea that. I was like, wow, I'm fucking old. But with that said, and you see what Nikki Haley's doing to old people, old men, and yet old men are giving her money. Yeah, yeah, destroy me, get me talked out of my board where I can't work anymore. Yep, 65's it. If you're past 65, you're old. You need to go out to pastor and do other things. And that's true in the mortal world. But in the metaverse, the more experiences you have, creates more meta tags. The more meta tags you have, you can create meta descriptions. And so what happens is now in the future, people can't, we're not going to have politicians that can't do what they say they're going to do. And you're going to find out that it might be somebody in a really small town of 5 people where he's actually doing everything that other politicians are promising to do, but they just can't seem to catch fire. They just can't seem to close the deal. But yet the same people voting and the people that are being disenfranchised by the local media because they got no balls because they want that election money. So they went from selling ads to getting election money, but those elections only come for very few, every few years. And so therefore they got to lay off all kinds of people. And we're all going to be held accountable for our actions on the internet, folks, and you can't hide it. And so that's why you got to teach your kids what to say, what not to do. Don't give your kids any type of device until they're like 13 years old. That's the worst thing. If you want to know something I did bad, I gave my kids cell phones. As soon as I gave them the cell phone, they stopped paying attention to me. To what I thought was going to be safety for them, but no, it started when they were little. When I was at the table in a restaurant, and I'd give them the cell phone. But one story I have is I was in Del Frisco's once, and I left my young kids in there. I had to take a call. I saw the maitre d' give me the helicopter finger, but I knew what he was talking about. But I had to take the call, so I went outside. I was out there for 20 minutes. I came back in. The maitre d' goes, "Did you see me?" I said, "Yeah, I saw your helicopter finger, but I had to take this call." He goes, "Well, I didn't mind you taking the call. It's just that we don't allow children not be in a restaurant alone without supervision." I said, "Why would my kids do? They're usually really good kids." He's like, "No, that's what I'm telling you. Your kids can come in here without you anytime they want." "Thanks, buddy." He says, "I'm not kidding." He says, "I think the whole restaurant noticed it, but you're a good dad." I said, "Thank you, man." And so I went in, and sure enough, I was walking in, everybody's looking at me like, "Well, what did I do? What do Almost like remind me of the time when my daughter put makeup on me when I was asleep, because she would do that. Mom wasn't there, so Pop had to be the mannequin. And I went to the store, and I just got up to go to the store to get breakfast, and everybody was looking at me real weird. And then I was like, what, I got a booger in my nose or something? I looked in the rearview mirror, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, Zippy, what did you... Anyways, so these are the stories that everybody has and everybody's going to tell, regardless if it's the truth or not. And we're at an area and time to where truth matters, and that going after the legals and putting the illegals in charge is very, I mean, we've hit a level of insanity that even AI had to stop growing and start controlling the conversations of people that aren't doing the right thing. And so I don't know when that dump comes. Slowly, every January, there's a dump. And so if you look at where we are in 2004, nothing's gotten better. Okay. The Super Bowl that we went to was one of the most safest Super Bowls, but it was the most boring Super Bowl as far as the outside events. And it was Vegas. They didn't even have fireworks because they didn't want to. They said that because of the air quality and stuff. And you know what? Their air quality, I gotta admit, I seen it. And when those rains came, then it leaves, when the wind starts blowing, it brings up all that dust. You think it would be just dormant, but that's not how it is, because of that micro dust that goes with the water, settles. It's dust. Am I hitting all my algorithms? Okay, I just got a clue that I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go take care of something. But hey, this is the Marcus Giovanni Studios, and we are observing and indexing those that have been observed and indexed for as long as they've had a career. I would say last 10 years. And any HR department would be able to use our methods to get a ROI on every one of their employees. We can show these uh, HR departments everything that their employees are doing, everything that they're saying, everywhere that they're going, all the conversations they're involved with. See, in the future, uh, you're gonna our assistants are going to be able to warn us of danger. Our assistants are going to be able to do if you're a battered man or a battered, and there are battered men, believe me, to where they're not getting beat up, they just get mentally abused, like I have in many of my relationships. And it's because all my relationships were based off sex, and you can't start a relationship if that's the only thing that is good. Because with me, when people need something, they call me. When they want something, they call the other guy. And like with all people that try to help everybody and give them the shirt off their backs and all that, um, you can't do that no more. Because what happens is there's people now, from young to old, that can manipulate things and control. I've seen things where my daughter was accused of smoking marijuana, walking home from school. They said, oh, they saw her a few days in a row. When the principal, I said to the principal, I'm like, really, dude? I said, I see you every day when I pick her up from school. And he looks at me and he goes, oh, yeah, that's right, huh? I said, yeah. I'm going to go take my daughter and get her drug test. I did. I took her immediately. And she says, yeah, it's okay, Papa. I'm not mad at you. You got to know. I understand. I get it now. I get it now, Papa. They're just doing this to me to get to you. And that's just the way it is. But you know what? I know where I'm going when I die. I already know. And it's the people that are living that are ones that are going to have to answer to what's going on. And because we can't bullshit artificial intelligence. We can no longer be called journalists. I'm not a journalist at all. I'm just an observer indexer. But the biggest media that's in trouble right now is the city and county of Denver. I used them as a model. And my final work, which was just brilliant, and I even had Judge David Goldberg tell me that I was a very intelligent guy, and he never seen anybody go so far to protect his electorate. So when he said that, that got indexed on my phone and his phone and all the other people. That was in the 2019 election for mayor, trying to get my name on the ballot. When I knew that collecting the signatures was just a bullshit because of all the people that are in the government is bullshit. Just Google search their names, folks, and then start putting some Google operators behind them, and then you'll get the real truth. You wouldn't have hired any of these people, and they're making lifetime money. Lifetime. Mayor Hancock's going to make $294,000 a year, so he can go and afford to open up his own business and be the only employee and tell everybody how he's going to do e-suites. He doesn't even know what e-suites is, folks. So, or C-suites, how about that one? So this is all manipulation by people that can't manipulate. And Gavin Newsom is one of the biggest manipulators of all. He is now indexed. Good luck, Governor.